Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. What you're seeing on the screen no longer exists in the game. That's right, at Tier 6 Weimar. It got moved up to Tier 7. So before the change, I decided to take the Weimar out for one last ride. Epicenter match, Tears of the Desert. As you know, I'm not a cruiser player. And I already have the München, so I bought the Weimar because it was an OP Tier 6 cruiser. I don't need it at Tier 7. And so I decided to refund it for dubloons. I used those dubloons and the coupon to buy the Anshan, which is a quirky little ship. Trying to get some games in that to get a video out for you on that. Or not the Anshan, the Huangi. I get all those names mixed up. Anyway, as you've seen me say many times before, I'm not a cruiser player. But I just want to illustrate how powerful this ship was at the tier. Because for a lot of this match, we're not going to be very effective. We're not going to do a whole lot because there isn't a whole lot I can do. But then, in the latter stages of the match, we're going to turn it on, we're going to turn it around, and we are going to show the power of the Weimar, even in the hands of somebody who doesn't play cruisers, doesn't understand the nuances of AG spamming and stuff like that. Just aim, shoot, that's all I do. And the Weimar is definitely OP at this tier. But quite frankly, it's probably going to be OP at Tier 7 too. I just don't need it at Tier 7, and I would never play it at Tier 7, whereas at Tier 6 it could be an option for a lot of different stuff. At Tier 7 I'm going to use some other cruiser at that tier. Like maybe the Wichita, or maybe the Mines, but I don't need multiple of these. Whereas the Huangi, I needed a cruiser there so I could have a ship to put the base commander for the Pan-Asian ships in. Alright, here we redirected our fire towards the Summers. He is moving because he is not dumb. And again, I'm not really used to shooting these ships, so the shells are all over the place. Kind of gave up on him, moving back to the Chapayev as our target. And yeah, this isn't very exciting because I'm missing everything. I am missing everything until it's going to get to the scenario where we're not going to miss, you know. So I've clearly established a baseline right now that I have no idea what I'm doing in this ship. We have 1,600 damage. There's no targets out there for me to aim and shoot at. We're scraping on this island to protect ourselves. And the enemy ships that are visible on the screen are not ones I can shoot at. So basically, we're not doing anything right now. So, do you have the Weimar? Did you keep the Weimar? Or did you refund the Weimar? I would be interested to know. And if you refunded it, why did you refund it? If you kept it, did you keep it because it was so OP? I'd be interested. I'm not a cruiser player, like I've said many times. As we re-engage the Chapayev here, we are going to take some incoming fire. Thankfully, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I really think in ships like this, you've got to stay close to an island. Thankfully, it has the shell trajectory to allow us to do it. We finally do something. We set the Chapayev on fire here in the Weimar. While we're talking about HE spamming cruisers, just want to say I've started to use the Des Moines in AI matches to get my legendary stuff burned out, and wow, that thing isn't playing around. That's for sure. Alright, so we're doing some more damage here. Cap reset on the Chapayev. Moving, we managed to avoid those shells, and we are hitting an island now, so we're going to have to back up. Why am I moving forward? Well, he's still kind of shooting towards us, so I guess I'm just playing it safe. Maybe hoping to come off the other side of this island here and get some shots out, but I think he's going to be dead soon. So we direct our aim, or redirect our aim. He does die. to the Scharnhorst over here, and we set him on fire. And now we're going to start backing up because I definitely don't want him shooting at me any more than I need to be. And also got a Francesco Caracciolo over there. So either of those guys that I can set on fire, that's a good thing. Backing and turning, not really something I do a lot of. I think we've redirected our aim to the Caracciolo. And we're just going to try to back up a little bit more, just a titch. Although my front turrets are hitting the island still. There we go. Maybe a little too much. The Caracciolo is going to run into all these torpedoes, and he is dead. And what happened to this guy? Oh, he's behind an island. He is shooting at us. We do get damaged. I think he was shooting HE. I would never shoot HE at this thing because it doesn't have a lot of armor, so you're going to explode it. By the way, a quick note about the title card. The ship in the title card is not the Weimar. The Weimar didn't exist. The Weimar's a concept ship. The ship the concept is based on may not have existed. So I just put up one of the ships in the Admiral Hipper class as the title card. So if you're wondering about what that ship is, it is not the Weimar. Alright, continuing to shoot here at the Scharnhorst. He's given us somewhat of an angle, and we're just hoping we could do that without getting killed. We do set another fire there, but I'm just trying to move around to prevent myself from being taken out by a well-aimed salvo. And just raining in the shells on the Scharnhorst. The farther away he gets, the easier it is for us. He gets taken out. And now we see an Alabama starting to creep up onto us. So at this point in the game, we have about 4 fires and we have about less than 50,000 damage. And here's where we start to turn it on. Now we can turn it on because we have a huge lead. Our team is crushing the other team, which clearly was no thanks to me. I don't have any kills, I don't have 100,000 damage, and I know you're wondering, KPZ, you've made me watch this exceedingly boring video of you playing an OP ship and you're not doing anything. Why are we watching this video? Well, you're about to see the Weimar go into Weimar mode. Alright, so we launched some torpedoes at this Alabama. We're immediately going to light him up and set him on fire. And we're just going to start shooting. We are presenting an angle. I am sort of worried about getting shot by the Alabama, of course. But he appears to be aiming elsewhere. So I'm willing to hang in there and take the risk in order to do a little bit of damage. There he does shoot at us. Continue to burn him down. We are going to move here out of the way. Just trying to set him on fire one more time as we leave. And we do. And now we're going to wedge ourselves into the island, but our shells still can hit the Alabama. He is dying quickly. We're going to back up, continuing to burn him down. And we'll send out these last shells. We do burn him down for our first kill. And all of a sudden we went from 47,000 to 82,000 damage just by having a willing recipient for our HE shells. Alright, so 2 ships left. Let's go see if we can artificially inflate our performance here in order to justify why I've made a video out of this thing. Alright, so we're going into the epicenter. The enemy, I guess, let me look at the points here. Well, no one's really had the epicenter. The enemy doesn't have any points because all their ships are dead. We don't have a ton of points because we're just now capturing the center of the epicenter. I'm really not a huge fan of the epicenter matches. I think it makes for some really bad strategy where either the entire team goes into the epicenter and gets killed, or the entire team refuses to go into the epicenter and gets beaten by points. Alright, here is the enemy destroyer Akizuki. How can the premier gunboat at the tier stand up to the Weimar? The answer is, well, if he hides behind a rock, his chances improve. So we're going to turn. I do not have any sonar available, so we're just going to forget about that for now. I do have a plane. Anticipating he might come around the island, we do launch some torpedoes. 2 sets, just 1 set maybe. But I'm just trying to get to where I can get to the Akizuki. I'm presuming he's already used his torpedo reload booster, and so that is a calculated risk you're going to have to take. We do put the plane up just in case. The Akizuki looks like he is running away around the corner of the island. So at this point, we've committed to this side of the island. We're going to hope our torpedoes make him turn around and scare him off. And maybe they do. We're spotted by another ship. We go behind the island here. Torpedoes didn't get anything. Either our torpedoes didn't get anything. Nobody else's torpedoes got anything. Fiji off in the distance. That's who had us spotted. Definitely need to keep track of that. We're also capturing the secondary ring. We'll put some shots on the Fiji, who's about half health. Alright, about third health right now. He got really punished by somebody off screen. We're just continuing to light him up. And now we are getting online to do all 3 caps. I'm sorry, the outer 2 rings. Continuing to shoot at where we thought the Fiji was. Turning so we can get that 1 assisted base cap. So both ships are over here. The Akizuki gets taken out. I'm not taking credit for that. Did we flush him out? Probably not. Continuing to shoot at this Fiji. He is in and out of a smoke screen. And we're going to continue to light him up. We ran into an island here. So without him being spotted for us, we're going to have a bad day. We do get that 2nd assisted base cap. And we are over 90,000 damage. I believe he is burning. And so as we turn towards where the smoke screen is, we unlock the high caliber metal. And he is still burning, still on fire. And I believe he is going to burn to death. Thus endeth the match. So my last game in the Weimar, we end up with a high caliber metal, 2 kills. We set 8 fires and 1 cap defended flag. 626,887 silver, 10,204 ship XP, 2,555 green XP, 17,492 commander XP. And not a very impressive game in this ship. And that kind of shows you how OP it was at tier 6. So I bid you fond farewell, Weimar. I probably only played 10 matches in you. But there we are at the top of the board, 2429 base XP. Is it a great game that I'm going to write home to my mom and dad about? No. But it just shows you, even in the hands of someone who doesn't play cruisers that much, doesn't play the Weimar that much, still was super OP, and it needed to move. Thanks for watching.